And welcome to Hannity. Well, your President Joe his fragility is becoming a major liability for Democrats, and White House aides, they are struggling mightily to cover for him. Now, yesterday, while stopping in San Francisco as part of his California fundraising tour, well, Biden and Pelosi, look at that. Isn't that really nice? They're holding hands, shuffling along the tarmac on their walk from Air Force One to Marine One. One social media user pointed out, quote, "It looked like a nursing home reunion, or like they were headed to play bingo together." Well, I kind of doubt that Joe would be able to play, but that's a different story. But that wasn't Joe's only bizarre moment this week. On Tuesday, when boarding Air Force One using the baby steps in the back, not the big steps, well, Biden stumbled not once, but twice before catching himself. Now, remember, he's been using the smaller steps to avoid these embarrassing moments on the big boy steps that he kept falling on. According to a new report, he is now wearing sneakers with extra thick soles. I thought the new shoes or sneakers was supposed to help. Clearly, it's not working. Now, allegedly, as part of his aide's plan to stop him from falling and slipping as frequently, well, anyway, I'm not sure this is going to be the game changer they want it to be, but it is alarming to see all of this from your president. The physical decline, even over the last 3 years since he took office, it is growing more and more obvious every day. But still, well, his handlers in the White House, remember they once said, he does more in an hour than most people do in a day. That's right up there with the borders are secure. That's right up there with the other lie that never once did he speak to his brother or his son or anybody for that matter about their foreign business dealings. But anyway, they are working harder to cover up what is an obvious decline. Now, apparently putting the full court press on the White House and White House reporters over their coverage of your failing president. Now, according to a new report, White House counsel spokesperson, some guy named Ian Sams, I don't think he likes me. He actually sent a letter to members of the White House Correspondents Association. Why? Complaining that news outlets were misreporting the findings in the damning special counsel report. But the whining from one of Biden's top propagandists is apparently, well, it's not going over too well with his friends in the liberal media mob, reporters. According to one Washington reporter who's covered the Biden White House, well, many in the media mob, so-called journalists, they are growing tired of the administration's, quote, nagging and complaining. And remember, earlier this week, a New York Times publisher said that the White House is, quote, extremely upset with the paper's coverage of Biden's age and unpopularity. Well, at some point, the White House, they have a reality they have to face and see what everyone else has been seeing for a much longer period of time. Now, whether that's now or in November. And by the way, speaking of November, well, day after day, the slew of disastrous polls for Biden, it just continues. Look at this new poll. Concerns over Biden's age, they're not going away anytime soon. Probably they'll get worse. This survey conducted by Quinnipiac University, it found 67% of Americans think that Joe is too old to effectively serve another 4 years in the White House. And take a look at this. Emerson College, they released a flurry of head-to-head polls in key states. These are the states that will, in all likelihood, decide the next presidential election. Let's take a look. Out in the great state of Arizona, President Trump is ahead by 3 points. In Nevada, Trump leads with 6 points, and Biden's stuck at 40%. Not a good number for an incumbent. In Georgia, the closest state in 2020, Donald Trump again ahead by 6 points. That is a must-win state for Donald Trump. In the swing state of North Carolina, another must-win for Trump. Well, he's up there by 3. He was up by about 5 in another poll. In Pennsylvania, now Trump leads Biden by 2 points there. Now in 2020, Biden won all of those states with the exception of North Carolina. But now, according to this round of polls, well, he is running far behind Trump. But don't worry, as Biden struggles mount, your vice president, Kamala Harris, who's miraculously even less popular with Joe at a 28% approval rating, well, feel confident. She is waiting in the wings. And earlier this week, her husband said they're living out the show Veep. Really? You can't make this up. Take a look.
Vice President Harris is one of the most Googled, photographed, and talked about people on the planet. So you might think we already know everything there is to about her. But we happen to have the one person here who can shed a little more light on the Veep. So do you watch Veep? Have you ever seen Veep?
We're living it.
You're living it. Yes, you are.
By the way, did he ever see the show? Guess what it's about? A gaffe-prone vice president who fumbles her way to power and stumbles into the presidency.